So here is the fountain pen shootout between my two Mobla 149 fountain pens. I'm just kidding. As promised, this is the shootout between these Jinhao X159 and the Jinhao X159, both of which I have posted a review. So if you want a separate review, please go and check it out before watching this review. So let me start by the size comparison with my Parker Frontier. As you can see, both the fountain pens are much girthier and bigger than my Parker Frontier fountain pen. Now let's look at the differences between these two pens. This is the Jinhao 159 on the left and this is the Jinhao X159 on the right side. Both of the fountain pen are almost of similar length, as you can see, but Jinhao 159, which is the bottom one, which is a metal body fountain pen, and the Jinhao X159 is a resin fountain pen, this top one. The Jinhao 159 is a bit girthier than Jinhao X159. This is the first difference that you can see. Next is that on the clip, both the clips are different. On the left, Jinhao 159 has the sword and shield type clip with Jinhao engraving on the X159 clip, and on the right Jinhao X159, as you can see, it's a simple clip with no engravings or no decorations at all. Next, the top, both the cap finials on both the fountain pens are same. There is nothing fancier except for the material that are used. Even the cap band, even the finial band has both two metal rings at the end on both the fountain pens. Now on the cap band, as you can see, the left one Jinhao 159 is a bit thicker than the Jinhao X159 on the right side, and on both the cap band Jinhao is engraved, and on the back side of the cap band their model number is engraved. On the left one 159 and on the right one X159, though the X159 is almost illegible on the camera lens, as you can see, but still I am trying to showing it to you. Now the main difference is that the Jinhao 159 cap unscrews in just over a half a turn, let's say a quarter turn of a rotation, and the Jinhao X159, which is the upgraded version, uncaps in 1, 2 and a 3 hole rotation to uncap the fountain pen, which is a big difference between these two fountain pens. Next is that upon uncapping the fountain pen, both the fountain pen pose, and they pose deeply and securely. As you can see, both the fountain pens pose. I can make them to stay still, so I have to hold them like this, making them bit the 159, the metal fountain pen, is a little bit back heavy because of the metal cap, as you can see, but it's quite balanced and pretty much stable, I will say, and it's quite comfortable, though it's back weighted. And Jinhao X159, let me zoom out a little bit. As you can see, as it's a resin fountain pen, it's pretty lightweight when the cap is posted, and it becomes a pretty big lengthy fountain pen. And I don't use my fountain pens capped, as you posted, as you all know by now. Now let's put the caps aside and let's look at the inside other parts of the. Let me show you the inner cap mechanism. On the inner side, you can see the Jinhao 159. The left one is the metal cap, and at the bottom the brass screw is visible from the camera lens, and there is a step down, as you can see, where the light is reflecting, is a step down to keep the nib wet and juicy. And on the X159, this is a plastic resin fountain pen, and the cap is also made of the same material. As you can see, there is also a step down, and no brass screw is at the bottom of the cap, and this also keeps the nib wet for a long period of time. Now let's look under the hood. The left one is Jinhao 159 with number 6 size medium stainless steel Jinhao nib, and the right one is the main feature of the Jinhao X15, the upgraded version of this left one is the number 8 size Jinhao stainless steel fine nib. Now let me give you a closer look at the nibs. On the Jinhao 159 number 6 size stainless steel nib, there you can see scroll works on both the shoulders of the nib. On below the breather hole there is Jinhao Chariot logo. Below the Chariot, Jinhao is engraved, and below the brand engraving 18 kgp is engraved, which I have discussed in both the fountain pens review about this 18 kgp, so look, go check it out. And this is the generic number 6 size plastic feed from Jinhao. Now the Jinhao X159, this is their number 8 size nib with a different bit of scroll work on both the shoulders. Below the breather hole, as you can see, the Chariot logo is still there. Below the Chariot logo, Jinhao brand engraving and F for fine. And this is too fine when I received the fountain pen, but I have made some adjustment to make it a little bit more wider and juicier. And this is the plastic feed, number 8 size plastic feed, and you can see the differences between the plastic feeds as well. On the grip section in Jinhao 159, you can see a metal ring as a flare to keep your fingers from slipping down to the nib. And on Jinhao X159, there is this plastic portion which is also flared out a little bit to keep your fingers from slipping onto the nib. Now the barrel and threads are of metal, and it unscrews to reveal metal section threads, as you can see. And I'm using Jinhao cartridges with this fountain pen, Jinhao 159 fountain pen. This is a Jinhao cartridge. It comes with, let me zoom, come on, focus, yeah. This is the Jinhao cartridge opening diameter. This comes with the Jinhao standard cartridge. And one thing is that this is a metal pen, full metal pen, so you won't be able to eyedropper this fountain pen. As you can see, another brass portion at the end of the barrel. Now for the Jinhao X159, you get plastic threads, and these threads are very much rounded up and are very comfortable to hold for high grippers. And upon unscrewing the barrel, you get to see again metal thread section threads. And this is the Jinhao cartridges that it comes with Jinhao engraving on the cartridge band. Over here Jinhao is engraved in small, very small lettering. And this is the focus, come on, focus. This is the opening diameter of the Jinhao cartridge, converter. And this is the Jinhao converter that comes with both the fountain pens, and this one is fitted with this Jinhao converter. Though this one is a resin fountain pen, eyedroppering this fountain pen is not recommended because of these metal thread sections over here it will react with the ink, so eyedroppering is not recommended. And obviously Jinhao 159 is full metal pen, so no doubt that it is not eyedropper compatible. Now these are the differences in their looks, and obviously there are weight differences on both the fountain pens, because this one is metal fountain pen, this one is resin fountain pen, this one is a little bit girthier and this one is a little bit thinner. Though both the fountain pens are very comfortable to use for longer writing sessions, for official use, for school or college goers, no matter which fountain pen you buy, you won't be you won't feel like you bought a cheap fountain pen from Jinhao. This much good quality the fountain pens are. Another thing is that on the Jinhao X159, as I have mentioned it in the separate review of this fountain pen, that this body of the fountain pen tends to get scratch marks upon capping and uncapping of the fountain pen. But over here, as you can see, these scratch marks are there on the Jinhao X159, and on the Jinhao 159 there won't be any scratch marks upon capping and uncapping of the fountain pen. But if you keep it in a well maintained condition, it will last a long time and there won't be any scratch marks deep enough to be visible to your naked eye. Now let's do a writing sample between these two fountain pens. First, let me write something with this Jinhao 159. This is, I hope this is focused. Let me zoom out a little bit. This is Jinhao 159. The nib is fine. Number 6 stainless steel nib. Ink is normal blue. Now for some writing sample. You get the idea about the writing sample. Now for some fast writing sample. No skips, no hard starts whatsoever, as you can see. Now for the wetness, as you can see, it's a pretty wet nib fountain pen. Now for the reverse writing, it's very scratchy on every direction, but it will keep up with you. So if you want to write couple of words, you can write with this nib reverse, but it's very scratchy. Now for the Jinhao X159, so this is the with fine number 8 stainless steel nib. The ink is Swadin black. Another thing I forgot, I wrongly mentioned, is that this is fine, but actually this is medium to broad, I will say. It will be advertised as fine, but it will write more like a medium. And if you can fine tune your nib, if you know how to fine tune your nib, you can make it to write more like this from medium to broad. Now for the writing sample. As you can see, no skips, no hard start. Now for some fast writing sample. So you get the idea about the fast writing sample as well. Now the wetness of the nib. As you can see, this is also pretty much wet and juicy fountain pen, which I made it to my preference of writing. Now for some line reverse writing. It's scratchy but not as scratchy as the Jinhao 159, and it will also keep up as long as you can keep up. So you can write with this fountain pen reverse. So there you go. Now sorry, I forgot about one thing, that is the line variation from both these nib that you can get. This is no pressure, this is a little bit pressure. Though these are not flex nib, but you can still squeeze out a little bit. As you can see, you can squeeze out a little bit of ink, but no line variation can be had, or a little, or only a legible line variation can be had. Now for this Jinhao 159, no pressure, this is little pressure. With this one you can have a very good line variation. As you can see, you can make it more broader writing fountain pen with a little bit pressure. But let me mind you one thing, don't put too much pressure on these nibs, because these are not advertised as flex nibs, so you can spread out the times beyond any repair or maintenance. So be careful when you are putting pressure on your nibs for flex writing. Until and unless you have any flex writing fountain pen nibs, don't try to do flex writings on normal fountain pen nibs. This will be my recommendation to you. So that's pretty much it for today's shootout between Jinhao Jinhao 159 and Jinhao X159. Hope this video was useful, and I will gladly see you in the next video. Till then, take care.